on his side, and she's there to clean up.
Meghan Dizon will be the first server over to Leigh Waters. Deep for Waters, and Dizon and Daescu will claim the first point. Right away, Meghan Dizon throwing some fire cross court in that rally. Another great point for Meghan Dizon.
Going aggressive early, not allowing Johnson Waters to slow down the point.
Ben Johns cleans up and takes the ball back. Matching blues for the world #1.
Where you go? 0-2-1.
What a point. All over the court.
0-2-2. Point. One, two, two. No. Bad. 2-1-1.
Throwing down the hammer for the sign out and a point, excuse me. 3-1 lead now for the 13 seed. And another one. 4-1 hole now for the world #1.
Most exclusively third shot drives out of Meghan Dizon, which is definitely by design right now.
Great observation by you. At another one, just missed that one long for Meghan Dizon.
Just a little bit, hit the scoreboard on the fly.
Point. Timeout receivers, 5-1-2.
5-1-2 and a timeout called by Ben and Leigh early. Leigh 75% win percentage since coming together as a team. Team Proton paddle. Just deep on the roll for Ben. 6-1 lead.
6-1-2.
Andrei Daescu steps in to be the enforcer at that point, and it works. 7-1. Matt Manassi, who had this on their bingo card to start. We'll see if they can finish it, though. That's really the theme against Ben and Leigh. It's not getting a game off them or a lead. It's holding it. Yeah, holding it through the match. 8-1. Dizon Daescu. Great finish by Ben Johns. Leigh Waters, the only emotionally engaged one on their side.
You'll see her try to push Ben 100%. If he's down a little bit, she'll be the one to push him.
Oh my. How did Leigh get those defensive digs out? Have another look. I mean, from anywhere. She's already committed her paddle to the backhand side, still recovers the forehand, so athletic. Meghan Dizon creates the pop-up chance for her partner.
Yeah, Dizon knows that they're going to go after her. She's backing off that line and already prepared to go with offense.
Second serve.
Just a tough bounce there. Off the line, skidded.
Over on grandstand right now, Christian Alshon, Anna Bright taking on Mary Brasha, Jaume Martinez-Vick up a game. Fun new partnership,
Oh,
Anna
it's a
Bright.
great
Christian.
partnership.
Pop-up chance, cookie given over to Annalee Waters, who eats it up.
Anna Bright joking on her Instagram yesterday how good their chemistry is, and it's Alshon's shoes stepping on hers during a point.
1-8-1. Second serve. 1-8-2. Point. Two, 8-2.
Well long.
Maybe a
Waters.
little overzealous there, guessing where that ball is going to be rather than
8-2-1.
knowing.
Meghan Dizon was ready to strike, but put it right back into the strike zone of Ben Johns instead.
Better positioning here from Ben with the attack. More towards that left hip, not allowing Dizon to kind of stretch and fully get the power behind that ball.
8-2-2.
Wow, clean winner for Meghan Dizon through the middle. Great match so far for Meghan Dizon.
9-2-2.
And Ben Johns fumbles it deep on the gimme, on the forehand, and a game point for Dizon and Daescu with just 2 points.
Game point, time in. 10-2-2. Point game.
10 to make it 11-2. Dizon and Daescu take the first, and this would be the wildest turn of events here at the Las Vegas Pickleball Cup. Can they hold on to it, Matt? That's the
We
question.
shall see. I mean, game 2 coming up. I don't even know what to say. Didn't even seem like much of a fight out of the #1 seed.
No, and we'll on double duty
Game 2, time
for this
in.
one, and
0-0-2.
Leigh Waters in some trouble here on center.
Point.
Opening point goes to Waters and Johns. So Leigh Waters will flip back to the other side to watch a point.
Point.
You do not want to give Waters and Johns an early lead here in game 2.
No.
Let them run away with the game.
2-0-2.
And settle. Not what you want to do.
Wide for Dizon, 3-0 lead for Waters and Johns, and a lot of these unforced errors too, were not too
3-0-2.
difficult of balls to manage. Good battle from Daescu to hang on to get the side out.
0-3-1. Second serve.
Good counter from Ben Johns. Maybe
So-
not the best choice by
Yeah,
Dizon.
I'm surprised Leigh is not going after some of these forehands that are sitting for her on this cross-court rally with
0-3-2.
Dizon. Sitting up high on a few and just electing to roll them cross-court.
There.
No points. Empty trip to the service line for Dizon and Daescu. They'll have to surrender the ball back in a three-point hole.
3-0-1.
Andrei steps into the backhand roll of Ben Johns. This is the road to
3-0-2.
get to the round of 16. No troubles for Daescu and Dizon. Just back for Daescu.
Four, 0-2.
Annalie Waters crashing to the middle, a dangerous sight to see for the 13th seed.
5-0-2.
And roles reversed.
And again, all of a sudden just gives
Time in.
Waters-Johns that much more room to settle.
Later. Zero, 5-1.
Wow.
Second serve. Zero, 5-2. Point.
Back to the third shot drive. That's what was doing well for them game one.
1-5-2.
We'll get back to that.
Later.
This third shot dropped there for Daescu. Serve back to Johns and Waters.
5-1-1.
Firefight, toe-to-toe. Meghan Dizon loses the battle with Ben Johns.
6-1-1.
Better spot here again from Ben to that backhand side. Son giving up so much space. Yes, she gets number one, but that second one's going down to the feet.
7-1-1. Second serve.
Great setup by Andrei Daescu.
7-1-2.
Wow, what an angle from Ben Johns off the two-handed roll, cross-court wide to Daescu.
Yeah, holding that to the last second.
8-1-2.
Wow, and a cross-court juke from Meghan Dizon. That's a nice play. Catching Waters with her hand in the cookie jar, crashing through the middle.
1-8-1. Second serve.
That ball's not coming back. Good night.
182.
What a fight by Meghan Dizon. Somehow they get the point. Though Ben Johns had full control, it seemed from the start.
Not sure if Ben even knew Anna was in his vicinity during that overhead that she just got out of the way of.
She hit the deck. Nice spot for Meghan Dizon, inside out, down the line.
382. Point.
Returning.
Being the offensive team
Time
and
in.
scoreboard showing that.
482.
Oh. Oh my. That's a tough one to surrender, and great defense by Dizon and Daescu, forcing Johns and Waters to hit another.
582.
That's deep, and that would have been a massive turning point, I think, to come
Oh, that
within
was
two.
huge.
851. Time, sorry. I'll recall. 851. Point.
Zahn, I think, almost thinking about letting that go. That half swing there, caught it way late.
951. Point. Yeah, just. Referee timeout. We have a challenge of the out call. The out call puts us at
All right.
10-5-1. We'll now proceed to video
Daescu
review.
challenging, and as of September, we will have the close call replay system.
That looked to be
Excited.
just, well, that angle's tough. Can't really tell anything from there. Need the side angle. Other than the great paddle prep from Ben Johns. Look at that. That nice unit turn for those at home looking at the forehand drive.
Yeah. What do you mean by unit turn?
When the body, you move everything over across. It's hard to explain it with just words and not my body, but
We have time. You can run down there and get on camera if you
I
want.
should, yeah. The left arm as a righty comes across the body. Everything turns at once so that you create time and space. The left arm is kind of the space, and then as it moves across, then that's where you hit the ball. I'm sure that sounded great.
I understand the visual, and having the advantage of looking at you, it makes sense too. Here's Alan with the verdict.
After video review, the out call stands. Challenge is lost. The timeout is lost. 0 timeouts remaining. 1 timeout remaining. We'll resume play at 10-5-1. Time in. 10-5-1. Second serve.
Second serve now for Ben Johns and Annalie Waters with game
Game
point
point.
number 2.
10-5-2.
That's
Point
deep.
game. Switch angle.
And the world number 1 takes the second. They even out the series.
Get from Daescu. Can Dizon pull the trigger at the right time, but she does need to stay patient in the early half of a lot of these points.
Point.
I like that early from Dizon, staying patient, extending the point. She's going to get opportunities to speed it up, but she needs to pick the right ones.
Here's the throttle. The backhand side from Waters.
It's a good third shot drive, just in the worst possible location.
0-1-1.
That's deep
Second serve.
for Ben Johns. And by the way, on grandstand, Leigh Waters can settle in. Christian, Elshon, and Anna Bright won 11-6, 11-9, so she can fully focus on game 3. Right again into the strike zone of Waters' backhand. Why go there here?
Just way too low to attack this ball.
1-1-2.
And she's backing off the line and sliding, just giving herself time.
Another counter going right back into the basket of Leigh Waters.
That one was a body bag right in the stomach.
Point. Two, 1-1.
Ooh, paddle clink. That's got to be Andrei's ball, right?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, that's why it's a good spot in the middle, causes confusion, but these are tense times early game 3. Do not want to let Dizon Daescu get ahead. You are Johns and Waters. Get tighter and tighter.
Oh, almost defended, and another point to Dizon and Daescu.
And that's the smart attack we talked about from Dizon. The forehand that's hanging a little bit, keeping Ben honest, going behind him.
Wow. Meghan, Dizon, and Andrei Daescu with a gutsy point. How about the dig from Andrei Daescu to keep him in it?
Oh, Daescu's playing unbelievable, but that's what you come to expect. But it's Dizon right there taking that ball, taking a chance, going behind Ben Johns.
Tournaments are a fun and exciting way to grow your game. Connect with other players and stay active in the welcoming pickleball community. Whether you're a seasoned player or looking to try your first tournament, we have a place for you.
Yeah.
Opponents, because he forces them to play well
100%.
too. Lob is down by Ben Johns. Meghan Dizon waving off the play, wishes she didn't do it.
Can I take that back?
And a big drive from Ben Johns. That maybe let them off the hook.
Yep.
Can't give this team any breaks if you want to beat them. There's the tournament upset. Noe Cliff taking out his opponents to advance to the quarterfinals.
Second serve.
And again, that's one of those balls when you're trying to isolate an opponent,
3-4-2.
it takes you out of your natural rhythm.
Trigger pull at Ben Johns' forehand. Meghan Dizon questioning that decision as well. Tie game.
Against almost anybody else, this is a good shot. Ben just waiting on that. Plenty of time.
4-4-2.
What about down the line with that speed up? Would that have been a better ball inside out from Meg?
In hindsight, 100%.
Hands battle across the board. Johns and Waters take the lead.
Yeah, Dizon actually had the better of Ben in that point.
5-4-2.
Yeah,
It was ahead in it, seemed neck and neck here, game 3.
sign out. Winner of this one will face the 8 seed Hayden Patrickman and Leigh Jansen, or Zoe Wong and Pablo Tellez, the 22 seed, up 10-3 right now, by the way, on Hayden and Leigh. So keep a lookout for that match over on S2.
4-5-2. Sign out. Five, 4-1.
Oh. My goodness. That one's wide. Meghan, Dizon, and Daescu had to throw everything at Ben and Annalee in that sequence.
I don't know how they got so many balls back there. What's going on?
Point. Sign out. Change in. 6-4-2.
And Johns and Waters will get to the end change first, 6-4.
Not as Annalee Waters. She's the difference maker on that team. Does not give you an inch.
Oh, Andrei Daescu tries to step in to rescue his teammate just a bit too far. Great spot for Ben. Looked like Dizon was there.
7-4-2.
Wow, great attack by Daescu. And a side out for Dizon.
We got Johns and Waters off the sides they're used to playing there.
4-7-1.
Annalee instigated that one with the backhand poach that we know so well. Return goes into the net for Ben Johns, who did not like that bounce.
5-7-1.
Meghan Dizon locked in on the battle down the line with Ben Johns. Within one.
I like the driving crash there.
Yeah, that's what they
Yep, got a red line.
earned in game 1. Skip off the tape, down the line winner for Annalee Waters on Daescu.
Sometimes a little luck is all you need there too.
6-7-2.
And 2 lead cords go the way of Johns and Waters.
7-6-1.
Big hold. 2 tries now to widen the lead. Uh-oh, yeah, pop up, and Annalee Waters crushes it.
I think early game 1, she was rolling that ball, not taking advantage of that high forehand. All offense here, game 3.
Ooh, just barely missed it. Dizon was nearly on it. Johnson Waters.
And it helped that you got a couple let cords there at 6-7.
On a 1 still for the world number 1.
Time in. 9-6-1. Point. Match point.
Match point
10-6-1.
for Ben Johns and Annalie Waters. Wild counter for Annalie Waters. Goes out of the ballpark.
She wanted to finish it in style.
Match point. 10-6-2. Point game match.
Man, that's a tough way to go out. Annalie Waters and Ben Johns victorious again, moving. Welcome back to the Las Vegas Pickleball Cup. Annalie Waters and Ben Johns were tested in game 1, but they rallied to take it in 3. Moving on to the quarterfinals. Hannah Johns is courtside with the winners.
Very big game from Dizon and Daescu in game 1. They were really playing quite well. What did you guys talk about on the changeover before going out for game 2?
Yeah, we started on the bad side in the first game, and I think they were just hitting big serves, big returns. We were getting some funky bounces, and then I think we kind of woke up in the second game, also realized that was the better side, so it gave us a little more confidence to know that, you know, they were going to have to face what we did. But I think overall it was just kind of mentally staying tough and playing our game and being a little bit more aggressive on our returns.
Well, we knew a lot of this match was going to come down to Meg Dizon. She's such a great player, but most of the balls were going to go to her. What did she come out with? A lot of power in game 1. What did you need to do against that?
Yeah, you know, I feel like she speeds up really well, changes direction. So, you know, you got to cover a number of spots, and you kind of got to be aware of, you know, the patterns. So mostly I felt like it was a little more grindy, certainly with the slightly lower bounce. You're definitely thinking more than normal. It's a little hard to speed up. She also kind of sits forehand in a lot of scenarios, which is something different that not most people do. So mostly just adjustments to kind of a more unique game.
And AL, a big ace to close this one out. Where's that coming from?
I knew the spot to hit it, and I knew how hard to hit it.
The serve has become such a weapon over the last few months and moving on to the future, and I think it will continue to proceed in that direction. How important is it to start practicing that serve and really trying to speed it up?
Yeah, for sure. I think it's becoming more and more of a weapon. And my serve hasn't been the biggest recently, so I'm trying to take some notes from Ben, who's got a really big serve and gets a lot of free points from it. So I'm trying to implement that. As far as the service goes, it's our first time being in a convention center, so I think this has a lot of potential, and I think we just need to remember that. But at the same time, it is a little rough, so if you see us doing some things that you're like, wow, these people just must suck, no, it's not us. 100% of it, sometimes it is me or us, but it's also the court, so please keep that in mind while watching.
I don't think anyone out there is thinking AL sucks, but moving on to the quarterfinals, congratulations to you both.
Awesome. Thanks so much, Hannah. And coming up next, it is Catherine Parento and Riley Newman, the 6th seed, taking on Paris Chad and Hunter Johnson. That's our next match here on center court, and we will step aside for just a moment.